Hi Libra, how's it going? I hope you're doing great. My name is Lynn. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. I'm going to be doing a 5-card general reading for you today. It's a general reading, so just take what resonates and leave the rest. But before I get started on your messages from Spirit, I was going to talk to you a little bit about your shadow traits. I'm doing this for every zodiac sign. I just did it for Scorpio. I'm a Scorpio. I just think that if we can have a look at our shadow side, it just will, in the end, empower us. You know, if we're able to look at maybe where we're a little bit vulnerable, we can use it, we can use it to help us grow. So Libra is ruled by Venus and is symbolized by the scales. Libra is associated with harmony, balance, beauty, diplomacy, and relationships. But like all the other signs, Libra has a shadow side. Shadow traits that emerge under stress, when you're out of alignment with yourself, or when your energy is distorted or is repressed. So let me just go through the different shadow traits for you, Libra. The first one is people pleasing. And again, this is a general reading. And same I find with the shadow traits. Well, for Scorpio anyways, not every single one resonated with me. So only take what resonates, okay? The first one is people pleasing. You may sacrifice your own needs to keep others happy or to avoid conflict. And this can become a problem because it can lead to resentment, burnout, or feeling unfulfilled. It's like saying yes when you really mean no, just to keep the peace. The second shadow trait for Libra is conflict avoidance. Suppressing emotions or avoiding necessary confrontations. This can become a problem because issues can build up and you may explode later on, or it could lead to passive-aggressive behavior. For example, an example of this would be refusing to address your partner's harmful behavior just so to avoid tension. And then the third trait is indecisiveness. The shadow side is maybe you feel paralyzed by the desire to be fair or to make the perfect decision. Okay? And this could be a problem because you could miss opportunities by doing this, or you might have to deal with increased anxiety. For example, maybe you overanalyze the pros and cons of a situation endlessly, even for minor choices. And then the fourth trait is superficiality, overvaluing appearances, charm, or surface level harmony. And this can become a problem because it can lead to shallow relationships or ignoring deeper truths. And an example of this is staying in a relationship just because it looks good socially. The fifth one is manipulativeness, subtle control. Maybe you use charm, logic, or passive tactics to get what you want instead of being direct. And this becomes a problem because it breeds mistrust or codependency. For example, being overly nice to guilt someone into agreeing with you. Just take what resonates, leave the rest. This is hard to do this work, but I honestly, truly feel like it's a good thing to do, but I'm a Scorpio. We like to go dark, don't we? The sixth trait is self-denial or lack of identity. The shadow trait is merging too much with others or over-identifying with relationships. And this becomes a problem because you lose a sense of yourself or you depend on others for validation. An example of this would be changing your core beliefs to match a partner's views, to match a partner's view to avoid being alone. And then the last trait is judgmental under the surface. You appear diplomatic, but you can be secretly critical or self-righteous. And this can become a problem because it leads to inner tension and eventual relation friction. For example, you could be quietly resenting someone for being unfair without discussing it with them. Your shadow emerges when the desire for peace overrides truth, authenticity, or your personal boundaries. Integrating these shadow traits means embracing healthy conflict, assertiveness, and authenticity, even if it disrupts harmony temporarily. And now let's look at your cards. You got the Strength card reversed, Leo energy. So this card is all about reversed. It's about self-doubt, inner weakness, fear, suppressed emotions, a lack of confidence or control. You might be struggling with self-trust or feeling emotionally overwhelmed. Rather than embracing inner strength, you are possibly avoiding your deeper emotions or are not fully processing them. Maybe you're reacting out of fear instead of compassion or restraint. And then the Six of Swords is about transition, moving on, emotional healing, journeying towards peace. You are in the midst of, or you're considering a mental and or emotional shift, leaving old baggage, even if it's painful. This is a card of quiet transformation. You're headed toward calmer waters, but the process might be slow or bittersweet. And then your next message is the Two of Wands. This card is all about planning, decisions, looking ahead, similar to this one. Potential for growth. You're standing at a crossroads. You're considering your next move. There's ambition here, but there's also hesitation. You want more expansion, new horizons, but you might be unsure how to go about it. And then the Seven of Pentacles. This card is about patience, evaluation, long-term investment, waiting for results. You've planted the seeds emotionally, materially, or spiritually, and you're in a period of assessment. The question is it worth continuing on this path? The message with this card is you're reflecting on where your energy is going and whether the returns are worth it. And then your last card is the Four of Swords reversed. So this card is about burnout, restlessness, avoiding stillness, and mental overload. You may be resisting the need for rest or reflection. You feel a push to keep going, but your body or spirit is calling for a pause. Maybe you're experiencing anxiety from not giving yourself time to recover or process. So this spread suggests a period of emotional transition and inner struggle. You're likely in the midst of reassessing your path, dealing with past wounds or doubts, and possibly trying to force progress before you're fully ready. The reversed Strength card and the reversed Four of Swords suggests that you're not fully aligned with your inner needs. You may feel exhausted, but still push yourself or doubt yourself when you need courage most. This card shows movement, even if it's quiet and internal. You're likely trying to heal or move away from emotional pain. And the Two of Wands and Seven of Pentacles are asking you to think long term. Where is it you want to go? What do you want to grow? And are you willing to wait for it? You're in a transition between an old version of yourself and a new one. But there is tension. You want to move forward with the Two of Wands and the Six of Swords, but you feel mentally and emotionally drained. And you are unsure if the current path will bring you what you're hoping for. With the Seven of Pentacles. Inner doubt or lack of self-compassion may be holding you back more than any external factor. Some good questions to ask yourself, Libra, are you giving yourself the time and space you need to emotionally recover? What fears or doubts are stopping you from stepping fully into your next chapter? Where are you investing your energy, and is it sustainable? And lastly, are you avoiding stillness because you fear what you might feel or realize in the quiet? So that is your reading, and just a little bit of info on your shadow self. I'm sending you lots of love and a big hug, Libra, and lots of strength. Take good care. Thank you for letting me channel these messages today from Spirit. I'm very grateful. I will see you next time. Have a great day. Bye.